Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got yet another 2023 X7 xDrive40i. It's been a minute since we've had one on the channel. But this one is in frozen pure gray. This was originally a customer ordered car and they had some individual touches to it which had a block date. They decided they wanted to go with the M60 and we were basically stuck with this one. But the good news, at least on our end, is that it's sold in transit. So another customer picked up the thing and it's actually highly spec'd as well for an X740i. So we'll start up front. We got the driving assistance professional package. You can see the sensor there in the lower portion of the grille. Shadow line package with the blacked out grills and split headlight design. So I'm still not 100% sure whether or not this works, but it doesn't look bad. It's just obviously a hugely different design that BMW's done ever before. And I don't know what to make of it. So it's part of the sort of the top tier design cues for the 7 series and now the X7. Also on the XM, I imagine 8 series Grand Coupe when and if it makes it to another generation. So over on the side we have the Style 913 M wheels in 22-inch bicolor, black M Sport calipers. So the design looks really sort of classic. It's got some nice sort of like aerodynamic touches, which are hard to see away from camera if you back up, but are apparent up close. The wheel looks pretty good. Let me back up here, hopefully. Probably have to go to zoom out a little bit here because I'm limited with space here. So I do have the air suspension all the way down. So you can only do that for ingress and egress. Can't be done for driving. Sport mode will take you down one level from the normal. And this looks really good. Sort of like a fast wagon effect. I know I've said that many times before. But it definitely does look like a fast wagon. Frozen pure gray, new color. We've had it on several cars, including the X1. It looks really, really good, and of course comes with its own sort of maintenance issues. So hopefully you know what you're getting into when you get a frozen or matte paint. And out back looks pretty good. I think maybe some complaints maybe perhaps about this sort of chrome strip going all the way across the car. I mentioned maybe Doug DeMare would be really happy if this were actually a light bar. Side profile looks great. Front to be debated. And the rear looks pretty decent as well. But let's take a look at the inside and go over pricing and options on this particular vehicle. We'll try and squeeze into the third row as well. So opening up, we have the black full merino leather. And as I do this, it's starting to rain now too. Or sprinkle at least a little bit. Let's hop in real quick. Alright, so hopefully you guys can see that. So Bowers and Wilkins on this. It is an option on the 40i. It's been missing for a little bit of time. iDrive 8 instrument panel. As well as the very nice curved display. Then unique-ish to the X7 is this sort of like light interaction bar here with X7. You got the M60, the M logo is there instead. Looks like high gloss black trim as well. You got the luxury touches here of the crystal or glass controls. So start stop button, drive selector nub, iDrive controller. Looks pretty good. Alright, so we'll take a look at the pricing now. So starting price of the 2023 X7 xDrive40i, $77,850. That paint is another $5,000, so basically almost the full individual price, which would be $5,500 on this one. And then full merino leather, another $4,650. You see this is adding up real quick. Driving assistance pro for another $1,700. M Sport package for another $2,900. Then $1,300 for the 22-inch wheels. $13 for the M Sport professional package. $900 for the parking assistance package, $39.50 for the executive package, another $3,400 for the Bowers and Wilkins, $1,600 for the climate comfort package, another $250 for the Space Saver spare. Oh, this is actually individual piano black trim, which is why it was locked. So $1,080 for the piano black trim, which looks like high gloss black trim, but you're paying more for it. All told, MSRP of $106,925. So obviously a huge price to pay for the entry-level X7. We'll hop in the back seat, go over the details of the back as well. All right, and one thing that always gets me is there is no comfort access on the rear doors. So you have to make sure it's unlocked in order for you to get in the back seat without having to make the walk of shame. So second row bench seats, so obviously you could have gone with captain's chairs, which would have added, I think, $850 to the build. All right, so we'll get in the second row first. All right, so here's your view from the second row. And your huge panel here. And there's an extra panel for the third row occupants. But very comfortable in the back seat. Plenty of legroom. Plenty of headroom as well. But let's take a look at the third row. Got your piano black gloss trim here as well. All right, so I get in the back. We're going to press this button here. That's going to move the front seat up a little bit. This is all automatic. It takes a little bit of time. And now you can get in the back third row here. All right, and at the top you do have the fifth climate zone here for the third row occupants. Note there is no controls here to open up the third row moonroof area, or whatever you want to call it. No controls in the back here. Piano black gloss trim as well near the minuscule cup holders. I don't know what kind of cup that's going to hold. Sippy cup? Who knows? Alright, so in order to open this moonroof in the back, you have to go into the second row seat controls on the door and open it up, which I think should be that one. And here's your tiny little window to the sky in the third row. Now again, I'm not going to put the second row seat all the way back because I'd actually like to protect my legs. You're going to be limited for space in the back, so smaller adults, probably not too bad. But larger sized adults, full-grown adults, may be a little bit uncomfortable in terms of leg room. Headroom is okay, shoulder room's okay. Be a little bit squeezed with another passenger in the back. All right, let me put that seat back in position. We'll close that. We'll pop the hood here as we wrap up our tour almost. All right, so make our way to the back. We'll do the kick to open. And with all the seats up, you do have very limited space as well. I'm going to pop the lower clamshell open. And this one does come with a spare, so there's options with it. And it's going to be hidden. I want to take off, because basically you have to take off the side things here to get that cargo cover thing to get out of the way. Then your spare tire is slid back there underneath, which can be quite a pain in the ass to get out if you do need it. Do the kick to close. I didn't want to do it. I think the floor mats are in the way a little bit. Alright, so that should close that. We will work our way up to the front and discuss the updated B58. So here's your B58 engine, inline 6, 3-liter turbo engine, 381 horsepower, and I want to say 395 torques for this particular guise. So big improvement over the pre-LCI version of the X7 xDrive40i. Engine is pushed low for center of gravity purposes. See the purple ones, they used to be orange for the mild hybrid setup. Basically the engine sits on top of the front axle and part of it slightly behind the axle. You can see the little badge in there for individual. That's it for a relatively quick tour around the X7 xDrive40i. This one in frozen pure gray, and be picked up by the customer hopefully very soon. So we'll see you at the next video.